Good morning. We're getting our first real snow of the season. We got, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 inches of heavy, wet snow. We're socked in pretty good. Supposed to keep snowing for at least half the day today, if not longer. And it is coming down. It's heavy, it's wet. And it's probably going to be messy plowing, but I am looking forward to using our new Arctic snowplow. Yeah, so luckily I picked up the barn build area, cleaned up everything, put everything under cover that needs to be under cover, and then we can plow down there, get that all cleaned up and ready to go so we can continue working. But we got to clean everything up. I don't know if it's tomorrow or the next day, but our lower siding should be coming in. That's all ordered. I'll have to check on that later today. The cows don't seem to mind the snow.
Not so far.
They seem to be enjoying it. It's just so quiet when it's snowing out. So beautiful. I was hoping to have the barn all completely closed in before we got any big snow, but it didn't happen. I'm just glad we got everything picked up, put away, and nothing is out getting buried in the snow right now. That's a good thing. I put the lift in the shop, so that way when we're ready to use the lift, we can take the lift out. It'll be dry, not buried in snow. We got to hang up some exterior lights. I want to put a spotlight on the workshop and 3 on the barn. So I get those all up with the lift while it's here. And I think that's the last stuff we have to do with the lift. And then it's ready to go back. So I'm excited about that. We got the concrete floor sealed just in time. We had just a little bit of warm weather and like just enough to do the concrete sealer. And it came out good. As you can see, all the water is beating up and not absorbing into the concrete. And that's what we were looking for. It's just a clear, so you can't tell we have anything on it. But we just wanted to make sure that the animals' urine and stuff like that can't absorb into the concrete, because concrete is very porous and we don't want that smell in the barn. So I'm glad we got it done. There was like a small window of opportunity to do it, and it worked in our favor.
Look at that. I even did that side. Well, I'm super excited. I was pretty sure, once we get the cold weather, we don't usually get enough warm to be able to do something like this. And Al said, well, where there's a will, there's a way. So he did it. We got the sealer on. It's working. Even the side I did, it's speeding up. So I am super excited about that. Yep. Because that was one of the things that was going to stop us from being able to get the animals into the barn, because we did not want that to soak into the concrete. Yes, there's still going to be barn smells and all the things, but if you didn't seal it, it would most likely never come out. So we're going to do our best to try to keep it so everything is easy to keep cleaned. We're going to do deep bedding in here, but when we clean out, we want to be able to clean it really good and everything. Do things that the scent, the smell are firm. It's not going to be stuck in the building, because, well, that's just what we want.
So I guess it's time to get the plow on. We'll take off the forks. I'm going to leave them right inside for now, because we're still going to need these. I'm thinking, I'm going to have to call and check, but I think we should be getting tin delivered tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll be in a day or two. So I'll need the forks to move that all around, because we'll put the rest of the tin in here. I made a list. I got to order a little bit more lumber, and I'll have them deliver that, and we'll keep that all inside. So we just need to clean up out here, the road and stuff, but I want to make sure outside is nice and cleaned up, so that way tomorrow we can finish using the lift. You can hear tree limbs breaking and the snow falling in the woods. So let's get this cleaned up, and then we can keep on working on this project and get the animals down here before you know it. The first plow is always interesting. The worst part is it's been above freezing and we got a lot of rain, so if you can see, the ground underneath is still muddy and wet. So we gotta be careful plowing today so we don't rut up everything. So I'm gonna try plowing and pushing. I might end up just having to back drag everything. It's supposed to get really cold in 2 nights. Tonight it's supposed to be cold. We're supposed to get down to a single digit, so I want to get everything cleaned up, back dragged, so when it does freeze, the driveways in this area will freeze good and solid. So like next time we get a snow, the ground will be frozen underneath. So it's kind of plowing like I thought it would. We're tearing up a lot of the stone, but the thing is, if we don't get the snow off now, the ground's not going to freeze. So we need to get the snow off so the ground freezes, because the snow is a really good ground insulator. So if you keep the snow on, it'll keep the ground warm and it'll pull the heat out of the ground and the moisture. So it's really never going to freeze. So it's kind of weird when you get it wet like this before you get snow and it's not frozen. It's a pain, and you kind of got to work the ground so it will freeze next time. So as much fun as this isn't, it's something we do need to do.
That's better. Good. I think that's working out great.
As soon as you get off the gravel, it's terrible. It's like 3 to 4 inches of sloppy mud. It'll be nice once the ground freezes up, but until then, it's a pain. So I'm just gonna do the minimal amount today without trying to push it too hard and making a mess, but opening it up so it'll freeze. And we gotta get this area cleared so we can use the lift and we're not getting stuck. So I should have got an Arctic snowplow sooner. It is so nice having this on the tractor. They make them for trucks too, but I like having it on my tractor. One of the nice things I like using about the Arctic snowplow with the TYM is you got awesome visibility of the plow. You can see down through this glass, you can see above the tire, above the hood, and it's just easy to be able to see what's going on. When you're plowing in a truck, you don't have as good a visibility. So this is nice, and it's gonna be really nice for getting around all of the farm buildings. It'll be a lot better once the ground freezes up, but I am pumped that I got this and it's working this good. All right, it'll be interesting to see how this goes, back dragging the whole driveway. This snow is so heavy and wet. Look at that tree. Boy, it'd be nice if we could drive forward and push all the snow down, but it's working good back dragging it. Another tree down. I don't know if it'll show up on video because video usually flattens everything out, but we're coming down in elevation here. So the lower we're getting, the less and less snow we have. Up at the bottom, we probably had 4 inches, 5 inches down here. 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So it's kind of funny. Just that small amount of elevation makes that big of a difference. If we were even higher, we would have got 8 inches of snow. So I'm happy with this. It's working really good back dragging. So let's continue on. The old deer are crossing over here. I like seeing that. Time to head back up and do it all over again. I'm glad we got the new door back on the old TYM because it'd not be fun right now only having one door on the tractor. Well, the Arctic snowplow worked great for that, but I can tell you, I am not great at backing up straight. we have a lot of squiggly lines coming down the road, but that'll make it so the driveway will freeze up nicely. All right, since we have the lift here for a few more days, we got to get some highlights installed. So we got 4 exterior lights we want to install. While the lift is here, I want to do that. I want to do 1 on the top outside of the workshop and then 3 on the barn. But we had the lift inside, and while the lift is inside, I'm going to see if we can install these high bay lights with the lift. We might as well give it a try. If we can't use the lift, we'll have to do it with the ladder. So it's kind of a neat little packaging setup. I'd like to be able to do it with the lift, but that might be wishful thinking. All right, I have a couple, that'll work. I'm just gonna get a screwdriver. Of these, I hate when companies don't give you all the hardware you need to mount their fixture. Just a pet peeve of mine. What would this cost me, an extra $1 or $2? So, it is what it is. Okay, so let's get this one up. We'll see how bright it is. It's gonna be interesting to see. That'll work. There we go. So that'll brighten it up. We're going to be installing the same exterior lights on the workshop and barn that we have on the house. These are 200 watt. Just got to see how they're going to work with the tin siding. Yeekers. Let's figure this out. Just reading the directions, I don't want to unplug the sensor. If I want the sensor to work with daylight, I take off the black cover. If I want to be able to work it just with the switch and not worry about daylight, I keep that black cover on. Bam. Gotta plug our light back in. It matches the color of the siding nicely. We'll try it when it gets dark out. All right, so we got that new inside light up and working. I can't get over how bright it is. I'm thinking I'm only gonna need 4 of them. I can move that forward 2 feet. I can't do it on camera. This way. And then do one over there. Take out these long ones. Those will go in the mezzanine. And then I ordered 6 of the high bays. 2 of those can go in the barn. But we have the light hooked up for the outside. So let's get outside and see how bright it is. Pretty dark out.
It's pretty dark.
Ready?
Yeah.
Wow.
At first, it didn't think it was working good.
Right. Wow, you can see all the way over to the tractor. Brighten it up over there. I like that.
So good.
Right.
Can you see me?
We can see you. So that is just the first one on the workshop. We're only going to do one on the workshop. I want to do some more on the barn. I'll show those tomorrow. We start installing those ones, and then that'll be interesting to see how bright it gets down here in this area. But that right there is more than bright enough if you're out in this area working or need to see something or you're plowing. So it'll be interesting to see what everything looks like once we get all the other lights lit up. So this is where we're going to end the video. It's a chilly night. Got to go back inside, warm up. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. We're trying to get to 500,000 subscribers. You can help us by hitting the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're already subscribed, go over and check to see if you haven't been unsubscribed. We've had a lot of viewers telling us that they've been unsubscribed. So go on over there, check that out. Thank you guys, and we'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye.